I was 3 years old, maybe 2 years old. The girl from across the street used to come over to my house, and she would teach me how to put letters on my magnetic board. And so one day I was talk. So one day I was in the living room with my mom. I'm married, and how good this girl looked. She was probably, I don't know, 4 years old, and I was 2 or 3 years old. Maybe she was five. I don't know. But I remember thinking she had a soft look. She looked. I wanted what she had. So she was a girl. So one day in the living room, I said to Mom, "I'm a girl." She's like, "No, you're a boy." And finally, I accepted. I didn't want to be a boy because that prevented me from being a girl, but I could be a man. So I'd say to Mom in the living room after that, "I'm a man." She's like, "Yes." When I was 13 years old in the Vernon Park Mall, the girls I would see hanging out there were not just good looking; they were impossibly good looking, and to be I wanted to be to them what they were to me. Any correlation to I'm a girl? Psychiatrist, you tell me. But I found out in 1993 I was not good looking, and it was painful. But I also saw in 2020 a show where this man underwent bone reconstruction surgery on his face, and just seeing that this was possible filled my being with a flood of hope. That became my goal after that to get cosmetic surgery on my face, so I could have a face that would make me a top-notch guy. Everything about me is right except this goddamn face. I always got laughed at by the girls because I looked goofy. I was a good religious kid. I didn't cuss. I never stole. And look what they got me. Good guys finish last. Nice guys don't finish, period. "You're a nice guy," the girls will tell me. "Night, Dad." You see, yeah, love you too. Night. Love you. And I saw my cousin Casey. All the girls going goo goo gaga over him. He was so good looking that the preacher's daughters, who always used to preach to me, "Chris, you need to stop following God," would try to have sex with my cousin Casey, figuring that they could be forgiven after they had the explosive bling bling bloom bloom with my cousin Casey, because he was so good looking. Would I ever be as good looking to those good looking girls as they were to me when I was 13 years old? I started singing karaoke February the 4th, 1995, and found that by singing karaoke I could get the attention from the girls. That was good. They would shout for me when I'd be up singing. But the only one thing I didn't have, I was not good looking. The girls admired me in college in 1997, 1998 for my singing ability. One girl offered to buy me a beer in one of the nightclubs. I was everything to them, but I was not good looking. Hold on. Nightclubs would let me in for free because of my singing karaoke. But back then I didn't dare start a conversation with a girl. If I had a conversation with a girl, it was because she started it. I didn't dare approach a girl. As for measuring arms, I started measuring arms in 1995. I couldn't stand the tension any longer, wondering if my elbow to wrist bone was longer than these good-looking girls. It was driving me crazy, so I had to start measuring arms. And I found to my chagrin that more times than not, girls who were shorter than me had longer arms than I did, longer forearms. So I decided I also needed to go to Dr. George Paley in West Palm Beach, Florida, and have him use that Al-Lazarov contraction. And they break the arms in two places. Now they break your arm and slide that contraction into your bones in two places, and slowly over 6 months stretch your arm or stretch your limb to be longer. No pain, no gain. Ever since I found out my arms are short, I have not been able to achieve erection since 1996 when I found out this. Now I got erectile dysfunction, and this whole bottle of Viagra isn't working. So the big middle finger. If only I was a good-looking guy, I could solve all my problems. If only I was a good-looking guy. That's so much, but 3 minutes is not enough time to tell my story. I have so many good memories of my house at 1410 Farmgate Road. I was hoping one day to make it as a rapper, songwriter, aspiring rapper. I wrote my first song in 1999. It's called Love's Progression. I started going to an annual road rally taxi music convention in 2001, and I've been going back ever since, learning what I was doing wrong when I was writing songs. I didn't know beans about song structure. I didn't know beans. I started taking voice lessons. I was hoping one day to get the money so I could move back into my house at 1410 Farmgate Road. But my Dee said she felt led of God to move out of that house. And gee, thanks God. Now you know why I'm always cursing God. Look at all the near misses I've had. Counting your blessings, Chris? Counting your blessings, Chris? Yes. But others get everything they want. Why the hell can't I? All I ask is to be a good-looking guy with longer elbow wrist bones than those top-notch girls, and to have this while I look in my younger 20s. I'm afraid of old age. I'd rather burn in hell looking young, 20-something, than go to heaven looking middle-aged. I said that in hyperbole. I changed my mind one time. I hit the sling. But that's some of my story. 3 minutes is too short. If my videos any longer than 3 minutes, it will not get any views. I've got videos on Instagram that's 4 or 5 minutes long. They're lucky to get 15 views. Now I pour my heart and soul into the video to get piss ass poor views. And I'd rather have hate than nothing. At least people know my story. At least maybe there be someone out there who will love me and give me a chance. So bring on your hate. Just give me numbers, because the numbers is king. The numbers, the cream always rises to the top. And if Jesus will save me in the end, I mean business. Unless Jesus will do this, I sell my soul to be as impossibly hot to those impossibly hot girls as they were and are to me. And no, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I don't want to be a man. I want to be a boy. College boy looking. Fuck a man. Man is middle-aged. Man is... Fuck the caveman look. I want the pretty boy look. And if I had to burn it like a fire for 1,000 years to get this... God, I'm game. Bring it, God. Bring it on, please. I beg you.